Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video we are testing a palette, and it is this little teeny tiny palette here. This is the Makeup Obsession Sunshine Makes Me Happy palette. This is the look I've created with it today. I will say I am absolutely drenched. I am so hot, so sticky. So please excuse the fact that my makeup, even though this is a makeup video, my makeup is appalling. It just didn't go on well. I tried to do black eyeliner in my waterline and things, and because it's so hot, the eyeliner was kind of melted and kind of like went everywhere, and then I've tried to clean it up the best I can without having to do the whole thing again. So yeah, this is what we're dealing with. But I must say, despite all that, this palette did shine through. The pigmentation is amazing. I haven't actually used any of the shimmers. There's like 3 mattes in here and I've used only those. So I've used the yellows in this palette and nothing else. And then I've just put black eyeliner on. What I'll do before I insert the clip of me creating this look, is I will do some swatches. And I'm just going to do them one by one. Oh, the other thing I want to mention is that the palette sizes, the pan sizes are tiny. If you see my fingernail, put my little fingernail next to it. It's like the size of my little fingernail basically. They are so small. But yeah, let's do some swatches. So there's the first 3. We have Rooftop Vibes, Hey, and Sunset. Then we have the next 3. They are Beach Please, Sandy Toes, and Bronze Goddess. I love that Bronze Goddess. I wish I'd used that one now. It's gorgeous. And then the final 3, the 2 I've used today, which are Buttercup and Sunrise. And then the final one is Glow. So those are the shades. Really, really pretty shades. The one thing I'll say about this palette is it's very, very powdery. And I know in essence they are powders, but it is more powdery than I would expect. Not the shimmers. The shimmers actually swatched really, really nicely. But if you look at these colours that I used today, they're just very, very powdery. And the payoff's good, but they've got a lot of kickback in the pan, and when you've got such small pans, you know, that's quite a lot of product lost. So from this eye look and swatching every shadow, if you can see how much this palette has been annihilated already. So yeah, it blended lovely, so actually I can't complain, to be honest, because of the price point. If it didn't blend well and it had the problem with the, you know, lots of kickback and, you know, being very powdery and sort of talky, then I would have said, you know, this palette's no good. But the colours there, it does blend, and you just have to look past the kickback. That's the only thing. And for, I think it was £5 for like a palette. I don't think that's a bad deal, to be honest. If this was like a Huda Beauty palette and I'd paid £27, I would be absolutely furious if it was, you know, that powdery and that sort of like, it's basically all over everywhere right now, and I've only done one eye look with it. So yeah, if that was like an expensive palette, then I would absolutely be annoyed. But because it was only £5 and because it does give you good colour payoff, it's fine by me. I'm quite happy with it. So yeah, so I'm going to now insert the clip of me creating this look, and I hope you enjoy. So let's get on with it. The first shade I'm going in with is this bottom one here, which is called Sunrise, and I'm going to use that as my lower crease colours. It's going to be the colour that's in my crease above my cut crease, and I'm just having a quick look straight on in the mirror just to see where my eye falls, because I'll be cutting my crease above where my eye falls, but I want this to still be on show. So I do find it helps if you map out the colour slightly, looking straight ahead. Normally when I do my makeup, I do it like this so that I can see what I'm doing, which is perfectly fine. But you do have to keep checking, looking straight on as well, just to make sure that when you're sort of normal and you're talking, it doesn't look odd. So I'm just going to do a sort of semicircle around my eye, just in the crease. And I'm using a pencil brush for this, just so that I can get it as precise as I would like. And then what I'll do is I will blend it out once I'm happy with the shape. Okay, so before I blend that out, I think I'm going to go in with my next colour and then I will blend them together. So I'm going to go in with the lightest yellow, which is this one here, which is Buttercup. And I'm just going to do the same thing. I've just cleaned off my pencil brush and I'm just going to put that above the one we've just done. Trying not to get too high at this point. So now I'm happy with that. I'm just going to blend these two together and I'm just going to try and keep it as tight as possible whilst doing this. So I am doing circular motions, but I am keeping the circles very, very small. So now I'm going to go in and blend out the edge of the colour. If you find this difficult, this is a topic for debate, to be honest with you. Some people find it easier to use eyeshadow to blend out colour. I know it's a known thing and lots of people do it, but you will hear people say that that's not correct and you can't blend colour with colour. Now, I'm all for do what you find easiest, do what you think works for you. Doesn't matter whether you should or you shouldn't do something when it comes to makeup. You do what you want to do, and if it works, great. If it doesn't, obviously you could try something else next time. I often do use colour to blend colour, but not always. Depends on the shadow, it depends on, you know, how well I'm getting on. If I'm struggling, I will use colour to blend with. But yeah, so far I'm happy with how that looks. I don't actually know what I'm going for today, so we are just kind of winging it a little bit. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with my lid, but I did want it to be like pretty much just a yellow look, so I don't know whether this palette's going to do it. I've already used two of the yellows. I've used those two. I mean, that one at the top doesn't look that much different, so I might have to dip into another palette, which I really didn't want to do. I wanted to do a look with this palette. I'm just going to cut my crease now. So I always use the Revolution Cut Crease Canvas to cut my crease. I always just tap some on the back of my hand, just so that it's easier to get at. Okay, so I am using a Zoeva 233 cream shader brush. Any sort of like concealer brush or cream product applying brush will work. I do have a Sigma cut crease brush and I love that, but this was just the first one I saw, so you know, at this point I just grab whatever I can find. So yeah, let's cut my crease. So I think, because we're limited on colours, I'm going to go back in with this Buttercup as my lid shade. It's the lightest of the yellows. And I'm just going to put that all over where I've cut my crease. This is the teeniest, tiniest brush in the world, and I'm going to use this just to go round my cut crease and just to tidy it up and make it a really sort of definite line. And I'm doing this with the darker shade just so that it's a clear line between the cut crease and the other colours. And I think for now I'm going to go in with the darker shade on the outer corner. I may change my mind and I may put something else there, but for now that's what we're doing. I want to see what it looks like. I don't know whether it needs to be deeper than this, whether it needs to be sort of smoked out with maybe a brown, but you know, I'm trying to keep it as yellow and as like summery as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off camera and do this eye to match this eye. I'm going to put on some liner and some lashes, and then we'll come back, we'll do my under eye. I'm wondering whether to do something a bit different as well, with it being, I'm trying to make it quite a summery look. I don't know whether to have a go at some sort of art. I don't know, because I don't know that I can draw that well. But I was just thinking like daisies or something would be cute. But yeah, I will be back, and if there's anything like that involved, obviously I'll be doing it on camera, so I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so we're back to finishing off this look. Apologies if the lighting's changed. It's been a couple of hours, I got distracted, and also I'm very, very hot and sweaty. I don't know why I had to tell you that, but if I look really shiny, it's sweat. Let's ignore the fact that I've done a terrible job at my lashes today. I really don't know what's going on with those. Kind of stuck in the wrong place, but there's not really a lot I can do about it at this juncture. Maybe if I put some black eyeliner to cover it up. Good tip. If it's not quite straight, draw some eyeliner so you can't tell. Colour in the squiggles, make the eyeliner wider. Top tip. Right, so under eye time, I'm going to go in with the same colours that I used on top. So towards the inner of my eye it's going to be the lighter shade, and then towards the outer of my eye it's going to be the darker one. So we're starting with Buttercup, and I'm just going to use a pencil brush for this because I've just got one. It's just easier to use what you've got to hand. And I'm literally just going under. I am using sort of going around my tear duct as well to bring the colour around, and going under probably 2/3 of the way across my under eye, like so, and then I'll do the same on the other eye, and just where they overlap I'm just going over it just so that it kind of blends. So we've got it like this. I am just going to put a little bit more mascara on my lower lashes because they've kind of got coated in eyeshadow, and with it being yellow it makes them very pale. So this mascara is terrible as well, it's so clumpy. I need a new one. I mean, I've got lots, but I need to start on a fresh one, if that makes sense. Don't need to buy any more mascara for about 100 years. Because it's all very yellow, I think we're going to break it up a bit. So I'm going to use black in my waterline. This one is the Master Drama Maybelline Kohl Liner, and it is actually really good at staying put. It's one of the better black pencils. So I'm just going to use that in my waterline just to deepen everything up. Okay, so this is the finished look. I don't know why, unintentionally, I've ended up quite grungy. It is literally like probably 30 degrees in this filming room right now, and like everything's melting. It's melting off my face. I am sweating. I won't even lie and say that I'm whatever ladies do. Is it glow? I'm not glowing. I am literally sweating like a pig. So yeah, so probably not the best day to do this, but I was very conscious that I haven't done a makeup application video in quite a while, so I thought I better had. But yeah, even though the end result isn't that great, I hope you can appreciate that it is actually quite a decent palette, and it's very vibrant, very pretty. What more can I say? If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up because it really does help my channel. And also, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. Also, I do content like this all the time. Admittedly, I think it's been about a month since I've actually done a makeup look, but normally I do them sort of every week or every 2 weeks. So there's usually quite a lot of testing content on my channel. If you like that, I'll pop a playlist at the end of this video and you can check out all my other similar content. But for now, thanks for watching. Bye!